Thank you. This is for all you ladies out there who like a bargain. This is called Buy One, Get One Free, girls.
Hello, I'm Charlie and welcome to another episode of the Time Traveller Diaries. Now today we're going to be visiting the filming locations which were used for the 2007 movie Ruby Blue, which starred Bob Hoskins as Jack, Jodie Latham as Ian and Hosian Belasco as Stephanie. Now I don't want to tell you too much about the film in case you haven't seen it, but I will give you a general idea. It's about an old man who strikes up an entirely innocent relationship with an 8-year-old girl. But when this 8-year-old girl goes missing, his local community target him and feel he has potentially some involvement in the girl's disappearance, and they also accuse him of having an unhealthy attraction towards the young girl. And this is roughly where Bob Hoskins was sitting when he was tucking into some sandwiches on Deal Pier in the movie Ruby Blue. It wasn't a big budget movie with millions of dollars thrown into it. It was made on a budget of $350,000, which translates as roughly £287,000. Well, it's so windy you can probably barely hear me, but I'm going to walk out to this next shot, which was shot here with Bob Hoskins and other cast members looking out to these buildings here. The movie Ruby Blue would go on to win several awards. And here we are, still on Deal Pier. It's incredibly windy, but this is where actor Jodie Latham stood, who played Ian in the movie. You can see him swigging from a can of beer, and you might notice the Royal Hotel in the background. I'll try and line up the shot for you now. Here we are on a very windy Deal seafront. Now I'm going to show you a shot from Ruby Blue, which I'll put up on the screen. And if you can look, you can see the Royal Hotel in the background and also the Deal shellfish stall, which has now moved since 15 years have passed. If you look behind the Deal shellfish stall, you can see an old building which has now been demolished and has been replaced by the Route 1 Cafe. Here we are on Deal High Street. Now you can see a shot of Bob Hoskins standing by this rail in the movie Ruby Blue. Now if you look in the background you can see some recognisable details. And if you're a youngster and you're not sure who Bob Hoskins was, he starred in many movies including Hollywood blockbusters such as Hook, Super Mario Brothers and Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Now we're still on Deal High Street and this is the fishmongers Jenkins and Son, which is a 4th generation fishmongers, and it's the only wet fish shop in Deal. There's a shot of Bob Hoskins standing by here, but in the movie it was transformed into a butcher's. And here is another quick shot from the movie Ruby Blue, in which we see actor Sean Wilton, who played Dick, walking towards the fishmongers, which was transformed into a butcher's. There was a green kind of shade up here, which is no longer there. Now the movie Ruby Blue was directed by Jan Dunn, and sadly in April 2014, Bob Hoskins would pass away aged 71 from pneumonia in London, England. Many people attended his funeral, including Samuel L. Jackson, Helen Mirren and Stephen Fry. He's buried in Highgate Cemetery in London alongside the likes of television presenter Jeremy Beadle, manager of the Sex Pistols Malcolm McLaren and the founder of Marxism Karl Marx. So that brings us to the end of this episode. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and like our Facebook page, and we'll see you next time on the Time Traveller Diaries.